All right, got a quick repair outside while it's warm. It's getting down to single digits starting, well, this afternoon, but they dropped a rock on the corner of this trailer, bent the channel there and this bracket over the tail light. So I need to change this LED, so I need to get this heated up, bend that back, and swap out these lights. Probably, if they're not the same, the ones I bought, then I'll just do both of them, but this is what it should look like. But this one has been smashed, I think, one too many times because this piece is gone. So just need to get it put back so we can hold a new light. All right, I think I got enough stuff out. Safety glasses. Cut these bolts off the back. Alrighty. That is all smashed. Cut these wires, which also have seen better days. Alrighty. Just a quick job, but always seems to be the best time for the weather. So my plan is to heat this up. And I thought about using my high lift jack here to pry this up a little bit. Hammer will probably do the trick too. I don't know if I can get the hammer in there. Hammer does fit, but sometimes I use the high lift jack. Get it spread open a little wide. All right, let's bring that over. A little pressure there. All right. Reposition this just a little bit. All right, and that has helped. Maybe now a crescent wrench will finish that off. There we go. Oh yeah, that looks good. All right, I'll look to see if I got a little piece to go there. Let me check my lights and see what I got. New light. These things are just getting cheaper and cheaper. Alright, so I would just need a little bracket from there to there if I have one. Let me check. I do have a little bit of about 1 inch, maybe a little less, piece of stock here that will work just fine from here to here to give it some support like the other side. So I'll get this cleaned up, get that piece cut, then we'll get her welded on. All right, I got the piece of metal cut and got this all cleaned up here. So I'll take this. This will set in here just fine. And I'll get her burn in. And then I'll touch up this face with the grinder because I wanted to limit how far back in I am. So that's what I'm gonna do. There we go. the wind's blowing and fucking up some of my shielding. There we go. Touch up the back here. And one more. So with the wind blowing, it's pretty good today. It's blowing my shielding gas, so you get some pockets or porosity. So usually I just grind that out, which I'll get a new grinder on here and get that out of there. So we get a little bit of that grinded out of there, or ground out, and then this is before, you know, when it's no porosity in it, it's nice and smooth like that, but you get these tiny little holes sometimes when I got the gas blowing away, but and that's not shielded wire, but all in all it'll do the trick. It's definitely plenty strong and better than it was. That's what I'm shooting for. It's starting to snow and sleet here now. So let me get this buffed up a little bit, because I want to make this front flush, because I was trying to keep the gap back here. And we'll get the new light put in. All right, that looks pretty good. My paint's not going to do anything, but the rest of the trailer, as you can see, it's rusted as is. I'm not too worried about it right now. I'm just trying to get it back on the road. So now, when that light sets in here, it'll be just where it needs to be, where you can still see. I gotta get the wires out from behind it, protected. Let's get you set up here and finish the install. Okie dokie. So got a little strong housing there now. Got some wire pulled through the frame. This is kind of a mess that they got here. One, they use butt splices. Let me see if I can show you. That are not weather resistant or waterproof. So I use heat shrink butt splices. And of course these have lasted until the light got damaged, so I guess it is what it is. At least it's not a Scotch lock. So I'll use heat shrink butt splices. Looks like they did an extra ground here, which is fine. I don't mind grounding everywhere you can. And get it hooked up. So move you back. Let me see if I can put you in a better spot. That might be better, and I can probably zoom you in here. Yeah, the temperature's dropping, which is making this job a little more miserable. I don't have any room to bring this thing inside. So I put a couple washers behind. Need to go this way first. Alrighty. I'm gonna put a washer here and here. Lock washer. Whew. It's a little chilly. All right. Get this one snug down. And then by fixing that housing, just gives it more rigidity. I like that. That'll be good enough. All right, now fix some of this wiring. I need to peel back some of the coating here. Okay. Alrighty. Get all that back and out of the way, because I always like to inspect where they originally stripped it, because a lot of times they nick it. I want to make sure, yeah, see right here, I have an old nick from right where that insulation was. Not sure how they cut it. So there's a yellow, which will be our left turn. It's just tough to do everything with gloves on. Come on now. Insulated connector with an insulated crimp. Otherwise, if you crimp it the wrong ones, you can pierce the insulation and it won't be insulated. Do a pull test. Sorry, I got the sniffles. The weather will do that to me. And like I said, they did another ground, so I can take this ground to the light housing, and then I can take the ground they're using, put an eyelet on it, and go to that as well. down is our tail, our marker. Keep that down and out of my way. Let's see if I got a That's all right, I'll go with a bigger one. Yellow is too big, but it'll crimp just fine and it'll go over the ground. All right. And we'll see if I can get these heat shrunk. Now cover it up here because I'm trying to block all this wind. I'll show you when I'm done. I thought I would try to get the outside work done before this gets any colder. The guy would like to come get this. There. Bring you a little closer to take a peek. So I got our left turn, our trailer marker, we got the ground from the light going there, and we got a ground from the harness. Insulated gonna go there, and I'll just bolt that on. Without freezing to death, which is coming. Alrighty, so I think that's good enough. We're all secured. It's got a light that ain't broke. Sure, bare metal's gonna rust a little, but be hard to tell. So that'll get him on the road, and when warmer weather hits, he can worry about the paint. So I'm gonna get cleaned up and get out of the weather. Simple little repair, not the greatest, but plenty good enough. And we could start nitpicking the rest of the trailer, but this will live. And I did a new bar on this and brackets on the back of this. I mean, we've been keeping it going. But thanks for watching. Hope it was a lot warmer for you. But I'm gonna get inside and get started on another project, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.